Your immune system is not passive. It is not waiting. It is not sleeping. It is a living, breathing entity of immense complexity. Right now, as you draw your next breath, billions of cells inside your body are in constant motion. They are moving, scanning, communicating, and making life or death decisions on a scale you can barely comprehend. This is a world of silent, microscopic warfare, and it never ceases. You are surrounded by an invisible world of threats. Bacteria, viruses, fungal spores, and other microscopic dangers you will never see are on every surface, in every breath. Every touch, every meal, is a potential breach of your body's defenses. Yet, day after day, you remain healthy. Have you ever wondered why? It is because your body is host to one of the most sophisticated and relentless defense systems in all of biology. The invasion might begin with a single, almost insignificant viral particle inhaled into the quiet, dark passages of your lungs. The virus, a masterpiece of minimalist lethality, attaches to a specific receptor on the surface of one of your cells. It binds, it penetrates, and in an act of cellular piracy, it hijacks the cell's own machinery. The cell, now a slave to its new master, begins to replicate viral RNA. Viral proteins are synthesized. Thousands of new viral particles are assembled, ready to spread. At this moment, you feel nothing. But the cell knows it is dying, and it screams. Infected cells, in their final moments, release distress signals known as interferons. These molecules are not just warnings. They are emergency flares fired into the biological darkness, alerting neighboring cells to the imminent danger. In response, nearby cells enter a state of high alert, an antiviral state, producing proteins that make it harder for the virus to replicate. The first shots have been fired. The war has begun. Now, the heavy infantry arrives. Macrophages, the relentless patrols of your tissues, are constantly on the move. When they detect the chemical signatures of infected or damaged cells, they activate and unleash a torrent of powerful molecules called cytokines. Cytokines are not mere signals, they are commands. They order blood vessels to dilate, to become more permeable, to summon reinforcements to the battlefield. Blood flow to the area intensifies. The tissue becomes warmer, swollen. This is inflammation, not a sign of failure, but a highly organized, brutally effective military strategy. The first responders, the neutrophils, arrive in a rapid, overwhelming wave. They are programmed to do one thing: kill. They engulf pathogens, release a cocktail of deadly antimicrobial enzymes, and generate a storm of reactive oxygen species that tear invaders apart. Many will die in this onslaught, their own bodies becoming part of the battlefield debris. Their sacrifice is not in vain. It buys precious time. While the frontline battle rages, a more sophisticated operation is underway. Dendritic cells, the intelligence agents of the immune system, collect fragments of the fallen pathogens and embark on a critical journey. They travel through the lymphatic vessels to the nearest lymph node, the command center of your immune system. Inside, the adaptive immune response, the special forces, are activated. Millions of T cells circulate through the lymph node, each one carrying a unique receptor, a unique key for a specific lock. When a dendritic cell presents an antigen that perfectly matches a T cell's receptor, a connection is made. Activation is instantaneous. That single, activated T cell begins to divide with explosive speed. One becomes thousands. Thousands become millions. This is clonal expansion, the rapid assembly of a highly specialized army. Helper T cells emerge to coordinate the entire immune response, directing other cells with precision. Meanwhile, cytotoxic T cells, the assassins, begin their search. They hunt for infected cells that display viral fragments on their surface via MHC class I molecules. When a target is identified, the cytotoxic T cell locks on and induces apoptosis, a clean, programmed cell death that prevents the virus from replicating further. B cells are also brought into the fight. With critical assistance from helper T cells, they undergo a profound transformation, differentiating into plasma cells. These are not just cells, they are biological factories churning out millions of antibodies. These antibodies are molecular missiles, each one designed to bind to a specific pathogen. They neutralize toxins, block viruses from entering new cells, and tag invaders for destruction in a process called opsonization, marking them for death. As the war escalates, you may develop a fever. This is not a malfunction. Pyrogenic cytokines have signaled the hypothalamus in your brain to raise your body's thermal set point. The higher temperature can inhibit pathogen replication and, at the same time, enhance the efficiency of your immune cells. You feel the fatigue as your body redirects all available energy toward the defense effort. Glucose consumption skyrockets. Protein synthesis accelerates. Your entire being is focused on one goal: survival. But this power must be controlled. The immune response must remain in perfect balance. If it is too weak, the infection will spread, and the body will be overwhelmed. If it is too strong, the collateral damage to healthy tissue can be catastrophic. This is where the regulatory T cells come in. They are the peacekeepers, maintaining control and releasing anti-inflammatory cytokines to dampen excessive activation and prevent the system from turning on itself. Finally, as the pathogen levels decline and the war is won, most of the activated immune cells, their duty done, undergo apoptosis. They die off to prevent a state of perpetual, damaging inflammation. But some remain. A few elite soldiers are chosen to remember. Memory T cells. Memory B cells. These cells will persist, sometimes for years, carrying a perfect memory of the enemy. They are the veterans, ensuring that if the same pathogen ever dares to return, the response will be faster, stronger, and utterly overwhelming. This remarkable phenomenon, this immunological memory, is the very principle behind vaccination. A controlled exposure to a weakened or dead pathogen trains the system, creating an army of memory cells without the danger of a full-blown war. The immune system is not a single organ you can point to. It is a decentralized, distributed network, a living, breathing surveillance system that operates on a scale beyond our normal perception, constantly at work. Even now, as you listen to these words, immune cells are circulating through your blood and lymph, tirelessly scanning your tissues for any sign of abnormality, any hint of invasion. You will never feel most of these battles. You will never be aware of the countless pathogens that are identified and neutralized before they can ever gain a foothold. But they are happening, constantly, every second of every day. So, the real question is not whether your immune system is capable of fighting an infection. The real question is, how many of these invisible wars has it already won on your behalf, without you ever knowing?